Here's the next question. Common size and trend analysis provide what key benefits? 1. Normalize statements by scaling to a base, like sales or total assets. 2. Facilitate comparison across firms and periods. 3. Remove the need for ratio analysis entirely. 4. Help spot structural shifts in costs and revenues over time. Now, let's work through it step by step. Number 1. Normalize by scaling to a base. Yes, this is exactly what common size analysis means. On the income statement, every line item is expressed as a percentage of sales. On the balance sheet, every line item is expressed as a percentage of total assets. What does that do? It shrinks companies of different sizes down so you can compare them directly. It's like turning companies into fun-size candy bars. All different brands, but the same size wrapper. So, number 1 is correct. Number 2, facilitate comparison across firms and periods. Yes, again, this is the main benefit of common size and trend analysis. Once you strip away size, you can compare Walmart with mom-and-pop grocery without being blinded by billions of dollars. And you can compare the same company's results across years without worrying about inflation or growth skewing the numbers. It's apples to apples instead of apples to watermelons. Correct. Number 3, remove the need for ratio analysis entirely. Nope, this is the trap. Ratios are still needed. You can't say, oh, I did common size, now I never need to calculate current ratio or debt to equity again. That's like saying, I flossed once, so I never need the dentist. Wrong. Common size and trend analysis complement ratios, but they don't replace them. Incorrect. Number 4, spot structural shifts in costs and revenues. Yes, this is the job of trend analysis. For example, maybe advertising was 5% of sales 5 years ago, but now it's 15%. That's a clear structural change in cost behavior. Trend analysis lets you flip through the company's financials like a photo album. Wow, look how big that expense got over the years. Correct. So when I add this all up, the right ones are 1, 2, and 4. That matches choice B. Common size analysis, expressing financial statement line items as percentages of a base figure, sales for income statement, total assets for balance sheet. Purpose, normalize size differences. Trend analysis, looking at financial data across multiple periods, usually using one base year as 100 to detect patterns and shifts. Purpose, highlight changes over time. Ratio analysis, calculating relationships between items, liquidity, solvency, profitability. Purpose, deeper interpretation of financial health. If you ever see eliminate the need for ratio analysis, that's your exam trap. The examiners are waving it in front of you to see if you'll grab it. Don't. Ratios are always part of analysis. Memory hook. Think of financial analysis like Netflix. Common size is adjusting every movie to fit the same screen size. Trend analysis is binge-watching the seasons in order to see how the characters evolve. And ratio analysis, that's still your Rotten Tomatoes score. You can't judge without it. Final answer, B, 1, 2, and 4.
Here's the next question. Which statements about EOQ are correct conceptually? 1. EOQ balances ordering cost against carrying cost. 2. Higher ordering costs tend to increase EOQ. 3. Higher carrying costs tend to decrease EOQ. 4. EOQ sets reorder timing based on lead time only. Let's work it through step by step. Number 1. EOQ balances ordering cost against carrying cost. Yes, EOQ is literally designed to minimize total inventory cost by balancing those two forces. Ordering cost is the expense of each order, paperwork, shipping setup, admin hassle. Carrying cost is the expense of holding inventory, warehouse rent, insurance, spoilage, capital tied up. If you order too often, ordering costs go up. If you order giant amounts, carrying costs go up. EOQ is the sweet spot in the middle. Correct. Number 2. Higher ordering costs tend to increase EOQ. Yes, if placing an order becomes more expensive, I'll avoid doing it too often. That means bigger, less frequent orders, so EOQ rises. Pizza analogy. If delivery fees triple, I'm not ordering a slice every night, I'm ordering a party-sized pizza and eating leftovers. Correct. Number 3. Higher carrying costs tend to decrease EOQ. Yes, if storing inventory becomes expensive, I'll reduce my order sizes to avoid stockpiling. That means EOQ shrinks. Pizza again. If my fridge is tiny and costly to run, I won't stockpile giant pizzas. I'll just get smaller ones more often. Correct. Number 4. EOQ sets reorder timing based on lead time only. No, this one's the trick. EOQ is about how much to order. Reorder timing is handled by the reorder point, which depends on lead time and expected demand during that time. Two different concepts. So number 4 is wrong. So the right combination is 1, 2, and 3. That's choice A. When you see EOQ questions, pause and ask yourself 2 things. First, is this about how much to order or when to order? If it's how much, that's EOQ. If it's when, that's reorder point.
Second, check how the costs move. Higher ordering costs push EOQ up, bigger batches. Higher carrying costs push EOQ down, smaller batches. That's the pattern they love to test. The exam trap is when they sneak in reorder point language, like based on lead time. Your strategy is to flag it instantly and cut it out. EOQ is pizza economics. If delivery fees, ordering cost rise, you go big. If fridge space, carrying cost is expensive, you go small. But deciding when to call the pizza guy? That's reorder point, not EOQ. Final answer, A, 1, 2, and 3. Moving on to the next question. A stable, non-seasonal series is best forecast using which approach? A, random walk with drift only. B, high-order polynomial trend regardless of fit diagnostics. C, seasonal ARIMA with exogenous regressors by default. D, simple moving average or simple exponential smoothing. Choice A, random walk with drift only. A random walk is basically the model that says tomorrow's value equals today's value plus some random noise. Adding drift means tacking on a steady upward or downward push each period. That's useful for stock prices or things that wander unpredictably. But here, the series is stable and non-seasonal. No wandering, no trend. A random walk would be overkill and not a good fit, so A is not correct. Choice B, high-order polynomial trend regardless of fit diagnostics. This one screams exam trap. High-order polynomials can bend and twist to hug the historical data really closely, but then they give wild, unrealistic forecasts out of sample. And the phrase regardless of fit diagnostics is a giant red flag. In auditing or forecasting, ignoring diagnostics is never the right answer, so B is wrong. Choice C, seasonal ARIMA with exogenous regressors by default. Now let's pause here. ARIMA stands for Autoregressive Integrated Moving Average. It's a powerful class of forecasting models that combines autoregression, using past values, differencing to remove trends or non-stationarity, and moving averages to smooth out noise. A seasonal ARIMA adds extra terms to capture repeating seasonal patterns. Throwing in exogenous regressors means adding outside variables as predictors. That's all great, but only if the data is seasonal or complex. Our series is stable and non-seasonal. No need for seasonal ARIMA, and certainly not by default. So C is wrong. Choice D, simple moving average or simple exponential smoothing. This is the match. If the data is stable, meaning flat, no strong trend, no repeating seasonal swings, the best tool is the simplest. A simple moving average just takes the average of the last few observations to smooth out noise. Simple exponential smoothing does the same, but gives more weight to recent observations, so it reacts a bit faster. Both are designed exactly for stable, non-seasonal series, so D is correct. Don't get dazzled by complexity. The exam will toss out fancy models like ARIMA with regressors to tempt you, but the rule of thumb is simple. Stable and non-seasonal, simple methods, moving average or exponential smoothing. Trendy data, Holt's exponential smoothing. Seasonal data, Holt-Winters or seasonal ARIMA. So when you see by default or ignore diagnostics, that's your clue to walk away from the trap. Memory hook. Think of forecasting like picking a car. If the road is flat and straight, stable, non-seasonal series, you don't need a sports car with turbo engines, ARIMA. You just take a simple sedan, moving average or exponential smoothing. Final answer, D, simple moving average or simple exponential smoothing.
Moving on to the next question. Which statements about correlation versus causation are correct? 1. High correlation may arise from confounding, coincidence, or common drivers. 2. Randomized experiments help establish causality. 3. Correlation of zero proves no relationship of any kind. 4. Reverse causality can mislead naive regressions. Now let's unpack it. Number 1. High correlation may arise from confounding, coincidence, or common drivers. Yes, absolutely correct. Correlation doesn't necessarily mean A causes B. Maybe there's a third variable, a confounder, driving both. Or maybe it's coincidence, like ice cream sales and shark attacks both rising in summer. Or maybe there's a common driver, like interest rates pushing both housing prices and stock returns. So number 1 is correct. Number 2, randomized experiments help establish causality. Yes, again, randomized control trials are designed exactly to break confounding links by randomly assigning treatment. That way, if there is a difference in outcomes, it's very likely due to the treatment and not some hidden factor. So number 2 is correct. Number 3, correlation of zero proves no relationship of any kind. Nope, this one's a trap. Zero correlation only means no linear relationship. There could still be a nonlinear relationship. For example, imagine test scores versus hours of sleep. Maybe both too little and too much sleep hurt performance, and the best results are at 7 hours. That U-shaped pattern can produce near zero correlation, even though there's clearly a relationship. So number 3 is false. Number 4, reverse causality can mislead naive regressions. Yes, reverse causality is when the direction of cause and effect is flipped. For example, you might think exercise causes good health, which is partly true, but also people in good health are more likely to exercise. If you don't control for that, your regression can be misleading. So number 4 is correct. So the true statements are 1, 2, and 4.
That matches choice D, correlation, not causation. And the exam loves to check if you can spot the traps. Look for 3 classic culprits: confounding, coincidence, and common drivers. Remember that randomized experiments are the gold standard for proving causality. Always watch out for correlation of zero proves no relationship. That's the trap, because nonlinear relationships exist. And finally, keep an eye out for reverse causality whenever the story could run in both directions. Memory hook. Think of correlation as 2 people dancing. They might be dancing because one is leading, causality, or because there's a DJ playing music, common driver, or they just happen to sync up by chance, coincidence. And sometimes it even looks like the follower is leading, reverse causality. Final answer, D, 1, 2, and 4. Moving on to the next question. Which statements about mixed costs and the high-low method are correct? 1. Mixed costs contain both fixed and variable components. 2. High-low uses the highest and lowest activity levels, not the highest/lowest cost months per se. 3. High-low is robust to outliers because it uses 2 points only. 4. Regression can improve estimation over high-low by using all observations. Number 1. Mixed costs contain both fixed and variable components. Yes, that's the definition of a mixed cost. Think of your utility bill, a flat monthly service fee, fixed, plus a charge per kilowatt hour, variable. So number 1 is correct. Number 2, high-low uses the highest and lowest activity levels, not the highest/lowest cost months per se. Yes, the method is based on activity, like machine hours, units produced, not the dollar amounts. It's possible a month with the highest cost isn't the one with the highest activity, if something unusual happened. So number 2 is correct. Number 3, high-low is robust to outliers because it uses 2 points only. This one's false. Using only 2 points actually makes it very sensitive to outliers. If either the highest or lowest activity month is abnormal, the slope calculation gets distorted. So number 3 is incorrect. Number 4, regression can improve estimation over high-low by using all observations. Yes, regression analysis uses the entire data set and minimizes overall error, which makes it less sensitive to outliers compared to relying on just 2 points. So number 4 is correct. So the true statements are 1, 2, and 4. That means the correct answer is choice A. When you see high-low method questions, lock in 3 things. Mixed costs equals fixed plus variable. High-low equals highest and lowest activity points, not costs. High-low is vulnerable, not robust, to outliers. Then remember, regression beats high-low because it uses all the data. If you see robust to outliers, that's the trap. Memory hook? Think of high-low like judging a singer from just their loudest and softest notes. If either note was off, your whole judgment is skewed. Regression is like listening to the whole song. Way more reliable. Final answer? A. 1, 2, and 4.